Hello, my name is Bracken from Racing, and I'm here to talk, I guess, a bit about the Solihull Bicycle Campaign. Sort of why I set it up, where I'd like to see it go, and what it actually stands for. First of all, I've been a cyclist for over 4 years, so my main method of transportation has been get around by bicycle. It hasn't really changed that much since I got a car, but it's something that I enjoy a lot, and I see the value that it has for society and the country in general. And in that way, I think Solihull has a huge amount of potential to become a cycling nation, because at the moment the roads just aren't fit for purpose when it comes to cycling. The cyclists are relatively marginalised in the grand scheme of things. It's all about pushing motor traffic from place to place, but that's an unsustainable process, because there's of course a limit on renewable fuels, there's actually limited road space, and the level of casualties regarding vulnerable road users is also unsustainable and incomprehensible. So what Solihull and the country needs is a good network of bicycle routes. Now, when I came to this conclusion before, I started looking around for a cycle campaign in the Solihull area. Now, while push bikes did used to extend here, it's not that prolific anymore. So really there's Cycle Solihull, which is a leisure-based organisation, and the Solihull Cycling Club, which caters to more sports side, but there's no standard campaign group campaigning for cycling issues and utility cycling. So to fill that vacuum, I sort of stepped up and set up the Solihull Bicycle Campaign. Nice little logo, sort of bicycle wheel rising over the hill was the idea for the logo. So summarising that bicycle is the future, as the way I see it. So I started it up, it's got to be about a year and a bit ago, and it's been slow growing. It sort of morphed from originally a bicycle only campaign to a sustainability campaign, as I started to realise that you can't really get a bicycle network on the road without other complementary measures. So you have to be willing to support walking, you have to be willing to support public transport, good public transport networks, to actually remove vehicles from the roads, to free up a lot more space. And it's also from the knowledge that we are not living on a planet that has infinite resources. So it is very important that we manage the resources we now have. So that's why it sort of morphed into a sustainable transport with movements in urban design, because the way you design urban landscapes affects how people travel, how people interact with it, and sort of the values that they have. If you build huge big roads without any greenery or anything at all, people will not want to walk through those neighbourhoods, people won't want to cycle through there, and the communities just fall apart. And that's another part that Bicycle Campaign I think should focus on, is bringing communities back together. Through active transport you get all of these interactions, you get all of this community and spirit in a time when we really need to stand up and think about what we're going to do with our planet's resources. There really is a need for communities. Anyway, talking about where I'd like to see it go, I'd like to see the membership base grow and get people on board who are active and want to make a difference. you get all of these issues thrown in front of you. You've got global warming, peak oil, obesity, whatever, and people feel that something should be done. But there aren't that many ways in which to do it. Not very many people are given a spreadsheet. This is what you need to do to become sustainable. It's more of a bewildering world where you're not sure in which direction to go. So I want to get people like that on board, making small differences so that the vast majority of people have options to choose more sustainable transport, to choose more sustainable living, to choose community. Now, this doesn't just benefit cyclists or doesn't just benefit pedestrians, it benefits a whole lot. If you look at it at a base level, reduced wear and tear on the roads means council tax goes down. Reduced cars on the roads, that means less congestion, but people who still want to drive spend less time in traffic. So it's a win-win scenario. So I'd just like to see the membership grow, and in line with that, I want to see us just reaching out to the general public, because you tend to first get activists, then the people who would like to be activists, the people who are somewhat interested, and then you have the vast majority of the population who will only really go for something if it intrinsically benefits them. In the end, I want to reach out to those people and then become a lobbying power, firstly in Solihull and in the wider area of the UK, to really get governments and politicians listening that there is a will to have a better life, to live better, to be happier, to be healthier, to have a greater sense of community. Anyway, I shall leave it at that now before I end up rambling on and on. So if you would like to join, I very much welcome your thoughts in our forums. We've got Twitter feed, Facebook, MailChimp newsletter, which we run as our membership list. So if you want to get in touch, there's a contact us form. All of the links are down below. Hope to hear from you. Thank you.